He grimaced and winced through the Illinois loss, and so did Penn State fans at the final result. Opportunity now awaits, and the QB is hopefully on the mend.
Sean's much further ahead now to being back to 100%, so that's a positive.
The entire team should be 100% motivated after the shocking setback. Our Impact interview guest, Chris Fowler, is in the booth to see their response in the horseshoe.
Off 2 losses, off a shocker. It's the toughest possible assignment in the conference to go to Columbus. So I'm hoping they respond like they say they will.
And she's a model Ohio State fan, literally. Actress and model Angie Everhart joins the crew to discuss the time her son was recruited by the Blue and White. It's time for Nittany Game Week. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nittany Game Week. I'm Todd Sadowski alongside Jay Paterno and Tom Bradley. Thanks for joining us. It was a head-scratcher. More than a 3-touchdown favorite at home against Illinois. 2 weeks to prepare. I know Coach Franklin is out front on absorbing the blame, guys, but you guys know those kind of losses fall on everyone on the staff. There's plenty of blame, so to speak, to spread.
Well, no doubt. But, at the end of the day, you gotta put this in the rearview mirror. But obviously, there are a couple of things you want to talk about as to what happened. But you got to put this in the rearview mirror because the hill gets real steep real fast right now.
You don't want to dwell on this, but I'll tell you the great thing is you're getting a chance to go play against a great football team at night on national TV with the chance to win and get right back in and think.
Yeah, you can have a short memory, as you said. Don't dwell on this because the opportunity is straight ahead. 2 straight losses before they go to Columbus. Certainly less than ideal. Plenty of storylines to pursue in our opening drive. I believe it was our first point on last week's opening drive, and it will be the topic of discussion just about every single week, the health of starting quarterback Sean Clifford.
No question. And, the thing about it is having coach guys that have nagging injuries like this appears to be, last week may be the healthiest he's going to be the rest of the year because he's going to continue to get hit. Hopefully not much anymore. Hopefully they protect him, but they've got to keep him healthy.
Yeah, he's the key to the season right now. And one of the things everybody's going to be gunning for him, they know they're going to be hitting him.
Sean's much further ahead now to being back to 100%, so that's a positive. We feel really good about that. I know Sean felt great physically, on Sunday. And Taekwon and Vayu have obviously, with Sean's reps being limited last week, they've gotten a lot of opportunity, so that's been helpful.
I'm not sure the exact extent of his injury, but he certainly didn't look anywhere near 100% against Illinois. It will take an almost 100% Clifford to knock off Ohio State.
I don't think there's any question. But then the other issue you have from Saturday was the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Illinois being able to run the ball, Penn State not being able to stop it, and as far as Penn State not being able to run it themselves. So that really tilted the game in Illinois' favor. And when I say tilt, I mean 7 offensive linemen right off the bat. So they did tilt the field a little bit.
Yeah, I've gone against those ogre packages. Not a big fan of it, okay? But one of the things is, I think, as you're watching, to help Sean even more is going to be get that run game going because take some of the pressure off him, put them in manageable 3rd downs and give him a chance to do some of those things. That will help protect him, too.
And ultimately, guys, the result is not measured in yards. It's points. The Nittany Lions D bends, but only allows 10 points in regulation and are stingy again when it counts the most, Tom, in the red zone.
That's where the biggest part of defense is played. And you always hear this over time, but it takes 3 field goals to beat a touchdown. Just be patient. And they've been patient and done a great job in the red zone.
And I think that's going to be important this week because Ohio State's going to move the ball. The question is, can you keep them out of the end zone when they get in the red zone? And look, they faced 7 2-point conversions in overtimes and only gave up 2. That's a heck of an effort for them to keep them in the game.
They created turnovers, only 3 points off the turnovers, but the only thing you can do, and the guys mentioned, is just pick up the pieces and move on.
I just feel like we got to just hone in on our technique, hone in on our fundamentals, just keep doing what we're doing, watching film, maybe more film, just always finding a way to keep perfecting your craft.
It's tough, but, leaders spoke up. I mean, we can't dwell on this. Like I said, we still got a lot of football to play, so like I said, we're going to go tomorrow, look at what we can correct and be ready for O State.
Yep, just pick up the pieces and move on. Like us, we're going to the scrap metal. Tom, we go to the secondary, and of course, in this type of game, that many rushing yards, they got to make a lot of tackles, and Jair Brown was there to step up.
Yeah, you got to give him credit. The young man from Trenton Central High School over there came up big, 13 tackles. So a lot of tackles.
Yeah, he was busy in the secondary.
If he comes out with a neck brace on this week, I wouldn't be surprised.
One of those old neck ones.
Yeah,
neck rolls.
Neck rolls.
Yeah, he really, I mean, the defense really kept him in the game, and he was a big factor in that.
Yeah, we talk about the running backs being sore after a game. I'm sure the safeties and the secondaries were a little bit also as well. So still to come, we've got our scouting report. They're one of the top-notch programs in college football. Our experts are up to the challenge. Coach Paterno, Coach Bradley break down the Buckeyes when we return.
Tom Bradley's Scrap Metal is sponsored by Team DUI, creating a safer and healthier environment for everyone in the Commonwealth.